In ancient times in the Near East, hospitality was a very big issue. It was an absolute obligation. And frankly, given the desert environments, it was often a matter of life and death. That's why it was a very big issue. So the first reading there's something very famous about that reading, because there is a very famous icon, a Russian icon, of three figures gathered around Abraham. Perhaps the most famous icon of all the icons that came out of Russian Orthodox Christianity. And it's considered a kind of a shadow, a little dim shadow of the Trinity, because it's the Lord who appears under three figures. It said the Lord appeared, next thing, three figures. But the main thing there is about the great hospitality that Abraham showed, and he took the initiative to do it. Then we come to the gospel. Martha, she's showing great hospitality. There are a couple of interesting little pieces about this reading too. First of all, it's Martha's house. She owns it. That's not too normal in ancient Israel. And what is breaking a taboo altogether is she, an unmarried woman, invites this man Jesus into her house. That was really breaking more than tradition. It was breaking a taboo of the culture. Jesus didn't care. She didn't seem to care. And she put on a great feast. Mary and Martha, Lazarus, they were friends of Jesus. Whenever he was in town, that's where he stayed. But there's a criticism here of Martha. Martha, Martha, you're anxious about many things. And I think we're trying to figure out the issue. For many years, this was used as a distinction between those in religious life who were active in ministry and those who were contemplatives behind monastery walls. Martha, Mary. That doesn't hold up too well either. The problem is Martha was so concerned about showing hospitality to Jesus, she forgot her guest. She was so busy doing things for him, she forgot him. And Mary, she was a true disciple, and is portrayed here as a disciple who paid attention to Jesus, the guest, number one. And of course, prompted little jealousies on Martha's part. You can kind of see that scene there, can't you? Martha probably said out loud what any of us in that circumstance would be thinking. But that's the problem in life. We can do wonderful things and forget the people we're doing them for. Families, parents can be so busy providing for their children, they have no time to spend with their children. So busy making sure they have the dance lesson and the fine soccer group and the opportunities to play in the backyard and have nice green grass, and they have all these financial things all right, except the kids have everything except parents. They have good providers, just not parents. Or we also can welcome people in our lives. We can welcome people into our homes and be so concerned about the meal that we never really make them welcome. Jesus is saying, you do a lot of good things in my name. You do a lot of overflow from your relationship with me to serve other people. And that's a wonderful thing. That's good. But don't forget the one you're doing it for. Don't forget your relationship with me. That's what's the most important thing, out of which comes everything else. Now, I'd like to be able to say this is just your problem. It isn't. It's a priest's problem, too. I'd like to be able to say that I never was so active about God's work that I forgot God. but that would be a lie. We all can be so busy about providing for or living out that we forget the one for whom we are providing, the one for whom we're living. What's the antidote to this in religious terms? I think it has to do with wasting time with our friend in prayer. Not just doing for the Lord, but spending time with the Lord. Not just doing good things, which we really do try to do, but that we spend time in the relationship with the one for whom we're doing all this. That we enter into a deeper kind of communion with the one for whom we're doing all this. That we sit at his feet. We don't have to say anything. He doesn't have to say anything. We just are there. And that is enough to transform our hearts, our lives, and make it very clear what the priorities are. In Christianity, in the church, the priority is not the church. The priority is not Christianity. The priority is Jesus. It all begins with him, it all ends with him, now, yesterday, today, forever. It's all about a relationship with Jesus that overflows into how we live, how we care for others, but it all has to do with a relationship with Jesus. It's not about good works. It's about Jesus. So while we're doing our Martha work, and we all have Martha work to do, it's very important to do Mary work and sit at Jesus' feet and listen.